A forgotten government system. A forgotten government system. Government is very important in a society. Wherever you don't have government, then you have chaos. The result of not have government, then you have chaos. But the most important is the system. You can have government, but you don't have a good system. So it's result chaos as well. A forgotten government system. Hello everyone, welcome to Kingdom Tracking. Today's lesson is about a forgotten government system. In the meantime, while we focus in this lesson, so you please go ahead and subscribe. That help you to get a notification whenever then you have those lessons coming. Okay, so please subscribe, and that help me as well to continue giving those information. Today lesson is about a forgotten government system. We already say government is very important, but if you have a bad system, that will result also to chaos. So then we know the systems that we have had. The system that we know are kingdom. Everybody taking notes. And we have feudalism. And then we had as well communism. We have socialism. We have democracy. And we have dictatorship. So that's all system that we have known. We heard about a kingdom, feudalism, communism, socialism, democracy, and dictatorship. Most of those systems, they exist. They still exist in other countries. But we're gonna analyze together every one of them. And then we will discover which one is the best system in the world. Some of them have good thing, other has bad thing. But today's lesson that we're gonna analyze together all those systems, government system, and then we will see which one that we have forgotten and which one is the best one for us. So stay with us, and also don't forget to subscribe. When you subscribe, then you will receive a notification every time we have those videos out. First, let's talk about government. What is government? we have to know what is government, then you can understand the system. Government is about order. Government is about influence. Big word. Government is about administration, distribution, protection, maintenance, accountability, responsibility, and productivity. This is government. So in a government, then we need we need to take care of all of those things. We have to give order, influence, administration, distribution, protection, maintenance, accountability, responsibility, and productivity. Everybody taking note? Okay, let's continue. This is manifest in the exercise of authority and a jurisdiction over territory and citizenry. So government need authority. Then it has authority to manifest in the people, the citizenry. We have a very big difference between what we call authority and the power. You have heard about power, you heard about a authority. This is two different things. There is a very big difference between authority and power. Let's explain those two words. Let's explain those two words by an example. Imagine you have a big trailer truck coming from west to east. And then, but in the middle, we have a checkpoint. The big trailer, this is power. It can go over the police officer. But the police officer can just stop in the middle of the road, and stop the trailer. The trailer is power. He can go over. But the authority is a small guy. But it can stop it. It can say, stop. Then it has to stop. Why? Because this is authority. The authority control power. Power to function, it needs authority. So power is in authority. But without authority, the power function bad. A bad function. You need the power, always need the authority to function well. That's very, very important. Okay, everybody taking note about that. Authority and power. All right, we're gonna move on to the system, government system. Government system is very important for a country. A country to function, to work, you need a good government system. If you choose kingdom, which is the first one, kingdom, this is the first government system that we know in the world. So it's been invented by the Creator and delegated to Adam, the kingdom. Let man has authority, power over everything on the earth. So, but it was a kingdom system. What does that mean? A kingdom system. The word kingdom means king dominion. King dominion. You have two words on it, which is king and domain. Domain. That means is a king over his domain. So the king is a person, but is a function. It's not a person. Is a people. Is a person, but the kingship is a function. So to be king, there is a certain things that you need to know to be able to function in a domain. The first king we know is Yahweh, Jehovah, who created the world, and that the first king, the ultimate king, the only one, the big one, right? But we know other king, which is the earthly king, and we know earthly kingdom as well. But we lost that kind of system. This system is lost. Then that's why we don't have a lot about it right now, because it lost. Why it lost? Because the domain was in rebellion against. Okay, everybody taking notes? All right, then we already talked about the kingdom, the king domain. We talk about the authority and power, and we also talk about the government and government system. Now we're gonna move to the next system. The next system is a feudalism. After the kingdom lost, so now we move to the feudalism. Feudalism is another system, government system. It was in the past. How it's formed? Every people who has land in the territory or in the country, so they become the government. So they're the one who rules in the country. So it was like a corporation, and everybody who has land then has power. This is where we find the word landlord. The landlord, that the one who own the land. So anybody who live in that land where the landlord is, then is governed by the landlord. So feudalism, it couldn't work. Why? Because it's not everybody has the land. It was some of the people. So in a society when we have people who have and people don't have, so then you have chaos. So the feudalism, it's come after the kingdom. So it's an earthly system, feudalism. The next one we move to, it was the dictatorship. Dictatorship, that everybody know, most of the people know, where we find people, a country with a dictator. So how does it form? Then after the feudalism, so one person, it's qualified as a divine power. You say divine power, where the person he thinks he's come from gods. He's the son of gods, not gods. So he's gifted to rule over people. This is where we find people like Pharaoh in Egypt. So that they think they are the son of gods, and they're gifted to rule over people. So they own, they possess all the land, they possess everything, and then they dictate the people then how to live. Then this kind of system is a chaos as well, because sooner or later then people will become angry, and then start to give a problem to in the country. So we have kingdom, we have feudalism. The feudalism, then, as you know, taking note. So some of the people has the land, and in that time also agriculture was the main industry. So that's why then they own the land. Because they own the land, then they own the people, and they dictate the people how to cultivate the land, and then for productivity. So that was the feudalism, and then we move to dictatorship. Dictatorship is one person. The feudalism, so it's a corporate people, and dictatorship is only one person. Think then he's come from gods, then he's gifted to dictate the people in the land. Then after that, after dictatorship, we move to communism. I know you know, guys, taking notes. You know, the communism, it still exists. Dictatorship, it still exists as well. Kingdom, it still exists, but it's earthly kingdom, okay? Feudalism, this one, then we don't see it a lot. We don't see it. But communism, dictatorship, they all exist. Don't forget to subscribe, because we always have lessons like that. So whenever then we have lesson like that, you will receive automatically then your notification for the next video then we're gonna post. So today, subscribe and put a like as well. Ask question. You can ask question, and also make your comment, and then we will be able then to answer your question and view the video. Okay, we're talking about the communism. Communism, you know, some country like that. You have a Russia. Russia is a communist country. But how does it work? So the point of all system that we have, some work, most of them doesn't work, but some of them work. You always have chaos then in the country. How the communism? Communism is a combination between feudalism and dictatorship. It's a combination. Why we say a combination? Then we have all the land, okay? We have the land owned by a corporate people. Then you also have one person, which is the dictator, then on top of that who rule those people and all the people. So the feudalism, when you put together feudalism, that system, and the dictatorship together, it gives you the communism. So communism is man trying to put the kingdom of God on earth, but without love. So it's like then everybody have their land, or they have all their belongings, then you're asking them to share it with other people. That's communism. So without love, so to share with people, then you need love. So it's not easy to share your land or your house, your car with somebody then that you don't know. That's the communism. It's like the way they make the distribution. Then they want everybody then to have. That's a good idea. It's a good idea. Then everybody has to have something, but you asking them to give to those people without love, then that's why then it doesn't work too much, the communism. So the communism, the feudalism, and dictatorship together, then give you the communism. All right. So, you have any question? Okay, we leave the question at the end. That's okay. All right. Don't forget to subscribe because that help you have the next video quickly. Okay. All right. We're gonna move to socialism. Oh, I know you know what the socialism is. The point is the whole system of government. Then socialism. This is the stepchild, we can say, of communism. They're almost the same. They're not the same, but they're almost the same. But those government systems always have a dictator. They always have a good dictator and the distributions of goods. So people become lazy. They don't work because you have something coming. You have money coming. You have your the government give you everything. So then there is no productivity. There is no productivity. So communism, socialism is the son of communism, which is good, but it doesn't work. We're not saying that it's something bad, but it doesn't work for a society. A society want to move, then you need your mind to expand. You need to understand. But if you have everything free, why do you need your mind to expand? Because you have the distribution, then everything free. Then at the end, the government will be out of goods because there is no production. There is no production because you don't have production. Then that's become very difficult for government to find things or goods to distribute to the society. Government system is very, very important. You can have a very good government, but the system is bad. Because the system is bad and it reflects in the government become bad as well. We have in our society the kingdom. We have feudalism. Then we don't see that a lot. We have communism. We have socialism. You have dictatorship. And the next one is democracy. Democracy, that's the light, or we can say this is the best one that a man could invent it. Man could the best system that man could invent it is. Okay, everybody taking notes? All right, then we're gonna continue talking about a forgotten government system. A forgotten government system. Now we're gonna move to democracy. Democracy is another system. Then this is the system that we have today. Then we say this is the best system in the world. It's been promoted by America. America is they make a more promotion of a democracy in the world. So this is the best one that man can create or invent it. So democracy is not invented by the country that you think. Democracy is being invented by the Greek, Plato, Aristotle. They're the one who invent democracy by the Greek. So after that, then the worm then take all the books. They were in war. They take all the books of Greeks, and then they invent or they continue that invention, which is democracy. Democracy is a system of government where the power is in the hand of the people. Okay? The power is not in the hand of one person, which is in the dictatorship. The power is not in the hand of one person in communism. It's not in one person like socialism. Is not also in the feudalism where we have a corporate of people who own the land. It's not in the hand of the state as well, because the socialism is the state have more power than they go closer to the people, all right? But the democracy, the power reside in the hand of the people. What does that mean? That means the people choose who they want to rule them. They choose that person to rule over them. So they do it. How they do that? They do something called voting. When you go to vote, so the majority of the person who vote for that candidate, then it become the ruler. The point is, it's very, very, very dangerous. Imagine you have 100% of people go to vote, and it's become 51-50. So it's only 51% will want that ruler, and 49 doesn't want it. So it's very, very dangerous. That's why you see so many people on the street, so many people doing a demonstration on the street because they don't want that kind of ruler. So democracy, it's good. It's like people that people want to protect themselves from doing bad thing. It's like then you have somebody to check and balance. So then you have someone has to check what you're doing. That means you don't trust yourself. You don't trust yourself when you are in democracy. When you're in democracy, you don't trust yourself. But because then you have somebody to check what you are doing. That's called a democracy, the majority rule. And you have the division of the power. That means the power, it's not stay in the hand of the president only, it's also in the hand of the legislator. It's in the hand also of the power of justice. You have the executive. In democracy, you have executive, you have legislator, and you have the justice. Three kind of power in democracy. So all of them, the three of them, they have to agree together then for something to pass for you people. So democracy is a good system, because you are free. Then if you say something wrong about the president, they're not gonna care about that. Whatever you do, or not whatever you do, whatever you say, you can say, oh, the president is not beautiful or is not handsome. You can say that in democracy. But when you are in a dictatorship, then you say the president or the dictator is not handsome. You might have somebody there to question you. How do you know that? At least he could that question. And the same thing in communism, in socialism, because they think they own you in those kind of a system. But in democracy, you can go outside and paint your president from black to white, or from white to black, or red, whatever color on the street, you paint them. They cannot do anything about it, because you have what you call free speech. You can say whatever you want. Now, when you go to the law, then you violate the law, then someone gonna talk to you. Okay? When you violate the law, whatever system you violate the law in the kingdom of God, someone gonna say something to you. You violate the law in democracy, someone will talk to you. And feudalism as well, but they're more like a dictatorship. There is no body of law in feudalism, and socialism. They're trying to put them right now. They're trying to modernize socialism, communism, or dictatorship. They're trying to modernize them, but it cannot work, because the president, or the one who's in charge, he want to have all the power. He want to dictate everything. Then there is no, you don't divide then the power. So democracy, like we say, then it's been invented by Plato, Aristotle. They are Greek. Okay, they are Greek. Then after, then the America, United States, just make promotion of it, and they know it pretty well as well. Even we have a lot of a problem in democracy, because you have people have a group have a lot, another group has nothing. You have people are rising every day because they unhappy with the ruler that we have, or if the rulers do something, it's not in their mind, or if it does something, it's not in their mind, so they rise up. They also invent things. Then that's why democracy is it's nice, it's good, but it's a little bit dangerous. All right, we are talking about a forgotten government system. A forgotten government system. We say what is the government, we talk about the system, which is the most important, because you can have a government, but you don't have a good system, and your government is not working. Then we have kingdom. Kingdom is a system. We have feudalism. You have feudalism, which is an old system. We have also dictatorship. We have dictatorship. We have communism. Socialism. Democracy. The reason I put a democracy at the end, it's because this is the one that we have more in the world right now. It's the one who's in the world. Okay? We say kingdom. Kingdom is the first government system, but we have rebelled about the first kingdom, and then we go to feudalism. Then feudalism, we said it's a corporation, is a group of people who own the land, and when they own the land, then they own the people. They're the one who give will create law, then how then they want their land to they govern their land. You have the dictatorship. Dictatorship, so you have the dictator is one person. We think then he's come from God. Then he's gifted by God then to dictate the people or to govern the people. So then the feudalism is a corporate people, then dictatorship is one person, but you have the communism. Communism, it is a feudalism and dictatorship together. It's a combination of them. We have the socialism. Socialism, it is a stepson of communism. So basically, then they have a lot of things in common. Then to govern people. Democracy. Then democracy. Then we say this is the best one that the man on earth could invent it. So it was invented by the Greek, Plato and Aristotle. So they one who would invent democracy. But the promotion of them, it's been made by mostly by America. So America, they know pretty much then democracy. Then you see then they're all over the world promoting it in the country, then giving insight, giving information or knowledge then how to implement democracy in the other countries. So all those systems then we've had them, but we still struggling. So government, they still struggling. If you go to a dictatorship country, you will see then some of the people have, other people doesn't have. Criminality high, then we have problem, people on the street, they lost, they don't know what to do, and they cannot say anything wrong about the dictator because they might go to prison. So this is a dictatorship country. Then you move to communism. If you go, that means that you go to the dictatorship country, you will find a lot of problem. You will not know then what to do. It's also communism. Communism, you go to a communism country, then now you just wait for the government to distribute things to you, or you go in line on a queue then for food, for water, for everything you would be needing. So basically that's the communism. You might work as well. Maybe you have something you do at home, but you do it in favor of the government, and also you have to distribute it to other people. Even you want or you don't want, then you have to distribute it. This is what the principle of communism. Share your land, share your a house, your car, or to everybody. That's communism. Socialism, the same thing. Then you go to a country where is the socialism. Then the government send check to you. They send things to you. Then you don't work. Your mind doesn't expand. You don't know what is happening. You don't know what they're doing. So basically, socialism is they give you things, but you might if your neighbor is eating apple, you have to eat apple as well, because this is what the government have. then so basically it's everything common. Then I put black, then my neighbor has to put black as well. Or I am eating rice, then your neighbor has to eat rice as well, because this is what government is giving today. So democracy is a more free, because you have the power to choose. You have the power. Then if I put white, then my neighbor can put black. And also you work, you think, you also can expand your mind, your mindset. You have your own opinion on everything in a democracy. And nobody cannot judge you unless you violate the law. So that's why it's the best government that the government system that the man can invent on earth. Is like we can say it give a relief to people who were in a feudalism, dictatorship, communism, and socialism. So it's like then democracy help you won from those kind of system. You guys understand? You taking note? Yeah. So then it's help you escape from the feudalism. Democracy, they help you escape from the dictatorship, the communism, and socialism. All right? But like we said, we have a lot of problem in democracy, because people go to the street. When they unhappy, they're not happy with the government, they can rise up, and also they can make a coup, or the people can go to prison for nothing, because if you're not angry, with that government, you can go on the street and to protest against that government. Then you might have problem with law enforcement, but you have right to do it. It's the majority rule. Most of the time, when you have a majority rule, the majority will win, and they take all the wealth for them. That's happening in democracy, because they're ruling, they have authority over everything, and now they take most of them. Sometimes in some countries they take all the wealth for them. The one who didn't vote for them, they might not be able to have a job, or to rule, or do anything good in the country, until then they have a ruler who won by vote. Now, the questioner was a forgotten government system. The one then we think is the best, it might not be the best. So it's up to the people as well to judge those system of government. Do you feel good under democracy, or you feel good under the socialism? You feel good under communism, dictatorship, or feudalism, that we don't have that right now. Did you feel good under them? For you to answer that question. Now, the first government system that we have on earth, it was kingdom. It was the kingdom. Kingdom is a system of government where nobody owns nothing. Then everything is owned by the king. The king is the owner of the land, is the owner of the trees, is the owner of the water, is the owner of the cattle, is the owner of all of the animals, and is on you as well. Is the owner of the people. So in a kingdom, what you need a good king. If only you can find a good king, you're good to go. But if you don't have a good king, you have a lot of problem. So everything is in the king, for the king. So everything you do it for the king, and the king take care of you. That's a, it's a very good system as well. It's a very good system, but you have to understand it. If you don't understand it, then you might have a lot of trouble as well in the kingdom. But now we have heard about kingdom on earth. On earth we have some kingdom of men. Men try to establish the kingdom on earth, but they cannot work it because they don't know exactly how it works. And also we have the kingdom of heaven. Then kingdom of heaven, which is another country, then we don't know yet. So but we have the kingdom on earth. You have heard about the kingdom of Great Britain. You have the kingdom Spanish. You have Spanish kingdom. Sorry, you have Spanish kingdom. You have French kingdom. We have also the Belgian kingdom. So those kingdom, most of them has disappeared because democracy have take their place. Because you're no longer waiting for the King Charles or the king of the Spanish king then to make the law for you, because they have inside of them the democracy. They have democracy. So that's why then they have a prime minister. That prime minister then take care of everything, but they're still there. The kingdom family, they're still there, but they're not like the kingdom is the government, the government body anymore on earth. We're talking on earth, all right? It's not the government body anymore. The government body, then you find the House of Assembly. You have also the Common House. They have a body of a legislator, and then they debate. They make debate and see, and plus the prime minister. They have justice. They have justice people then to also give justice to the people. We're gonna talk more about the kingdom. Then we will understand where they come from. Okay, we'll continue with the kingdom. The kingdom, which is one of the government system who has lost. So now then we are more in democracy, socialism, communism, then which is the system then we know in the world. But the kingdom concept has lost. We don't know exactly then how it works. That's why then most of the countries, they don't adopt that system, because this system, it wasn't created by men. It was created by a divine person. That's the kingdom. So the kingdom is a government system where they rule over the people by influence. We have we have kingdom on earth, then we also have divine kingdom. Okay, so the kingdom is very contrary, or it's a opposite to democracy. So every way we do in democracy, so in the kingdom is different. What we mean by that? A king never voted into power. No, you don't vote the king. The king born king. But in democracy, you vote for someone to rule you. But in the kingdom, the king is born. The king is born. Secondly, the democracy is ruled by the people. In the kingdom, it's ruled by the king, and the king only. Only the king. So every law, whatever then they have to do, then the king take the decision, not the people. In democracy, not the people. Then you contrary then the democracy in kingdom. Secondly, the king owns everything. He owns the people, he owns your cat, he owns your dog, he owns your car, he owns the water you drink, and he owns you. But in democracy, we have what we call private ownership. That means you own your car, you own your house, you own your everything in your house, your furniture, even water. You own it. You say this is you own this is mine. That's in democracy. But in the kingdom, it's different. The kingdom, the king owns everything. Now, to survive in a kingdom, then you need to have a benevolent, what we call a good king. And as soon as you have a good king, then you're good. Okay? Everybody taking note? All right. All kingdom expand. What kingdom do? They always look for territory. Kingdom of France, the French kingdom, King Louis, they expand their ownership or their power, their government system in Haiti. They expand it to Ivory Coast. They expand it to Africa. Why? They always looking for territory. Kingdom always looking for territory. So then, when they get to those territory, what they do, they subdue the people. They subdue the people. Most of them die. Not most of them. The majority of them die. Depending of the king. So, they expand to other territory because they always want what we call glory. Glory. When they expand in a system of kingdom, the one who have more territory than the greatest one. That's why you see when we have the kingdom of French, they expand to the Caribbean, Martinique, Guadeloupe, Haiti, and the Spanish kingdom, they expand to the Spanish side. Like you have Cuba, you have Latin America, Venezuela, Colombia, Mexico. Then they all was expanded by the Spanish kingdom. Then you have the English kingdom, the kingdom of Great Britain. They expand themselves to India. They come to the Caribbean as well. They have like Bahamas. They have Gibraltar. They have a lot of territory that they have taken before. They always expand their power. Then they have glory. Most of them, when they get to those territory, then people who were living there become slave. They slave in them, and they work for, like you call, empire. But for the kingdom, the main place, which is, let's say, French in France, and you say in England, in Great Britain, then all those kingdom expand. The same as kingdom of God as well, is expand. So they expand themselves to earth. You have the kingdom of heaven, and then they expand to the territory of earth. The difference is between the kingdom of God and those kingdom. When they expand, those kingdom like French kingdom, Spanish kingdom, English kingdom, when they expand, they steal property. But God himself creates the property. That's the difference. He doesn't steal any property. He just create a new property to expand his power. Okay, we said that the king never votes into power, and a democracy, then this is where you vote your ruler to power. Okay, the kingdom expand to other country to influence his power. Okay, when you influence your power, then you take control of that territory. And in a true kingdom, you want people to become like you, to become like the big superpower. That's why when a kingdom expands himself to that territory, the people take the language of that kingdom. For example, kingdom of French expand himself to Haiti. Haiti speak another language before that we didn't even know what language they speak before. But when they expand, a French kingdom, now they speak French. Then you take the language. What mean? Then you take all the mores, all the language, the way you behave, then you take everything then that kingdom has. And that the way that he's take care of you. If they don't expand, if you don't take the way they govern, then you might end of dying as well, because you will become a rebel. Then you become someone against the kingdom. So, kingdom of Great Britain expand to Bahamas. Then you go to Bahamas, you speak English. Kingdom, then you expand to some place like Cuba, Mexico. That's why everybody in Mexico speak Spanish, because their kingdom from Spain speak Spanish. Haiti, France speaks French. Haiti speaks French. Spain speaks Spanish. Mexico speaks Spanish. Then you have another kingdom, which is the kingdom of Portugal. The Portugal. So that's why in Latin America you have another country named Brazil. Brazil doesn't speak Spanish. Then every country around them speaks Spanish. All right, we continue talking about the kingdom. We have other form of system of government, but we continue to kind of talking about the kingdom right now. When you are in a kingdom, when you are living in a kingdom, the king take care of you. The king always take care of you. Under his submission, so you submit under the king, and he take care of you. So we were saying kingdom always expand. How they expand? They go to conquer other territory. In the kingdom on earth, that means invented by man, us. So then when we go to conquer another territory, then we will find people living there, right? So what we do, the kingdom is subdue the people. Subdue the people. And normally the Assyrian kingdom, the way they do that, it was different. What they do, they displace the people, the Assyrian kingdom, okay? They displace people. That means when they go to a territory, a foreign territory, so they find other people living there, they displace them. Why? Because they don't want them to rise up against them. What that means, when they go to that territory, they find people, they take those people, they bring them to other territory, and then they take other type of people to bring them to that territory that they just conquered. So there's been an exchange of people. So it makes sense. When you are in a place you don't know, then you don't attach to it. Then you don't know what you're gonna do. So basically you don't care, and then you don't, no rebellion. No rebellion. But the Roman Empire, they have another way to do it. When they go to conquer or they go to find other territory, what they do when they arrive there, they don't displace the people, they leave them there. They just bring a governor then to govern them. So the Roman Empire, what they do, let's say then they go to Judea and Samaria. When they arrive there, they have people living there. They don't displace them. They don't take them to come in the kingdom. No, they just leave them there, and they send a governor. That's why Pilate, the governor, he was a governor, then was sent in Judea, in Jerusalem, just to govern that area. It wasn't only him. They have other governors than they send. They have other area, and then they send other type of governor. So Jesus was born under a kingdom, under an empire, which was a Roman Empire. Okay? So if we take the example of Kingdom of France, they do the same thing. They send ships and people to Haiti. And when they arrive there, they find other people who are living there. And what they do, so they subdue the people who were living there, and then they govern the area. That's why right now, most of the people speak French in Haiti. When you go to Haiti, you think you are in French. The house, they all mostly look the same. And the street, even the way they behave and their understanding, their thinking as well, they almost the same. When a kingdom arrive in another place, the people has to become like the kingdom. This is a principle, and it's work. It's work. But the other system, they don't do that. Democracy do not colonize. Socialism, not colonize. Communism, no. Dictatorship, feudalism, no. They don't colonize. Only kingdom colonize. When a kingdom colonize you, so then it make you look like them. If they eat bread with coffee in the morning, so the colony has to eat bread and coffee in the morning. If they drink beer as juice, then everybody has to drink beer, because this is the way that the kingdom behave. Kingdom is a very interesting concept and also a very interesting system. So when you understand it, then you see something different, because everything on earth has attached to a kingdom. Everything. You have the plant kingdom, you have the animal kingdom, you have everything on earth is attached to a kingdom. You as well, you are attached to a kingdom. You might not talk about that, or you forget about it, but everybody on earth attached to a kingdom. That means it's authority. Then you have someone is thinking about you. You think about it. Someone is thinking about you. Someone is working for you. Because in a true kingdom, the glory of a king is the prosperity of his people. When his people prosper, then he has, like you call, glory. That's a true kingdom, okay? That's a true kingdom. But the kingdom of the world, they behave another way. Then they like to go over you, make you feel small. In a matter of fact, what they call you in the main kingdom, they call you subject. You are a subject, or reject. You reject or you are a subject. That's the kingdom mindset. So the forgotten government system is the kingdom. Kingdom is a forgotten government system. The other ones, we still have them around here. But the most popular one now is democracy. It's democracy. But we have forgotten another way of living, another way of thinking, another way to see things. So we might go back to it. We never know. We might go back to it. Why? Because those systems are not working right now. Even they are, like, democracy is the best one, but it's not working. So that's why we might go back to the kingdom, or theocracy. This is another term they use for kingdom, theocracy. But when they refer to theocracy, they refer like a kingdom of God, you have the government of God on top of you, and then the masses, then like us here. Okay. Do you have any question?
Yes.
What's your question?
What is the difference between the kingdom of God and the kingdom of heaven?
Oh yeah. Yes. Can you repeat the question, please? For
Yes. I have a question.
mm-hmm.
What is the difference between the kingdom of God and the kingdom of heaven?
Okay, a very good question, very interesting question, because Jesus, he used those two terms, kingdom of heaven and the kingdom of God. They're quite the same, but they're not the same. You have kingdom of heaven. By the way, you cannot just say kingdom like that. You have today to say kingdom of heaven. That means kingdom of a place, because the kingdom is the system of the of government. So you have the kingdom or the system of government, kingdom of heaven. Heaven is a place, is a country. All right. So then the kingdom of heavens is is the one God is governed in heaven. The kingdom, the system of government of heaven. Now you have the kingdom of God. Kingdom of God is the influence of the kingdom of heaven in another place. Like let we say Earth. Earth, the planet Earth, is the kingdom of God. That means the influence of the kingdom of heaven is in the kingdom of God, which is earth. That's the difference. It's almost the same, but they're not the same. Kingdom of heaven is in heaven. Kingdom of God is on earth. So that means is the influence. The same government in heaven is on earth. This is what it means by that.
Okay.
Right?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Nice. Today we talk about the kingdom of God and feudalism, dictatorship, communism, socialism, democracy. So please subscribe and send your comment and also your like button, and then you will receive a lesson like that, the next lesson that we will have.